Okay. The snap was too... Okay. Remember, if you like the videos, like, sub, silly, comment, share, support the channel. I appreciate it. Thanks. Remember, you got like 1 day until my birthday. You fucking support the channel. We're gonna talk about the Dragon Ball Sparking trailer. I don't care about Kefla, Goten, and all these kind of people. And of course, there's no real gameplay per se. So I'm just going to talk about just being a nerd, I guess. So this is my nerdy aesthetic. No deep dive, just being a nerd. We're just being nerds looking at Dragon Ball Fighter or Dragon Ball Z. Vegito, he's just aesthetically pleasing to me. But I'll say what stuck out to me. He's got that fucking combo he did in the fucking filler of whatever, the Big Bang Kamehameha. He actually has that in a lot of games. I feel like that's pretty much an official move of regular Vegitos. But you know what? And I guess just because we're like looking at special moves, that's cool. Now, when I saw this, again, we're just being nerds here. This isn't a deep dive, just being purely speaking from a nerdy perspective, a nerdy standpoint. I hope there's more than that. I like, I want to see some more laser beam shit. I hope in the real game there's some more laser beam shit. I hope that's not it. That's just me being a nerd. Okay? And what was this? He becomes Vegito Blue. He looks cool. Oh boy, I really hope, please tell me this is not just his one spirit sword move. Cause this is kind of whack, I think. Okay, I mean that's kind of a cool frame. Is that gonna be the frame for the video? Pinched my nipples for his laser beam sword. And then he shoots him up in the air. And then he does the teleport punch. Ooh, I hope they're not trying to blow their load too early, and I hope there's more that's not his just super. Okay? I'm sure he has Final Kamehameha has one of his super, but I hope that's not for, I think it's called the Omega finishing blow. I want to see, it's like in one of the phone games. Isn't it in one of the phone games when he does it, it goes boom and he hits the guy down and you see the blue explosion on the ground? I hope that's not his one spirit sword move, because if that is the one spirit sword move that he gets, I'm going to be very disappointed if that's his one spirit sword move. And I only say that because, generally these games, they only have 3 supers, right? Unless they're going to be adding more. So I'm sure he has the Final Kamehameha super. And that looks like, is that his beat 'em up super to big punch? So that means he has probably 1 more super left. Unless they have more supers, which I hope. So I hope that's not the complete animation. That's the one spirit sword move we get with the character. Do you get what I'm getting at? I would be very disappointed. It would not make me nerd out if that's, that was it. Although I do think this move looks pretty good. I don't remember what the fuck it's called. Actually, I don't know. Is it called, let's call it Explosion. The Jesus Christ Explosion. I think that looks like, that looks pretty well done. I think that looks like a pretty good angle. Although finally, what I'm last going to talk about on, which scares me a little bit, where is the yellow electricity in the final Kamehameha? Did they forget to put the yellow electricity for the final Kamehameha? That's one of the reasons it's so cool. Because you hear like the crackling of the electricity and you see little lightning yellow cracks, but then it's still like a blue laser beam. I don't know. Again, this is a nerdy video. We're just talking about nerd shit. That worries me a little bit as a nerd. Do you get what I'm saying? I hope. I want to see some lightning shit. Don't disappoint me. Okay? Where is the lightning shit? At least he doesn't have the big fucking dick grippers like Dragon Ball Fighter Z forgot to fucking... God, they forgot to make his hands smaller. Besides that, to end this video, again, there's no gameplay really, so just a nerd video. I will say, you know what this always makes me think of? Seeing Zamasu and Zamasu is... I will say this. Dragon Ball Super sucks, right? And I think the whole Tournament of Power shit is absolutely retarded. But I actually do fundamentally think the Goku Black stuff, I'm still disappointed about it this day. I think the Goku Black stuff could have actually been cool. You know what I mean? Goku Black, you want to steal the most powerful person's body in the entire world. Fuse him with a god. You know, I think that's actually a pretty cool idea for an evil Goku and an excuse to use the Potara earrings again. I think Zamasu, I think is a drop. I mean, the point is, I don't think it's well executed, but I still think it should have been a cool idea when I think about it. And I always say Vegito, I think it was such a drop ball the way they did him. And that because you gave yourself an excuse to have the character again. And then you retcon the fucking thing. Oh yeah, the earrings, they're not forever because you're not a god. Even though you just did this thing where, oh yeah, the other Kaioshin, how did you unfuse? Oh, we used the Dragon Balls to unfuse. Okay, you just told the audience that there is an out to make the fusion not permanent. So how about you go into Vegito, you gave us our cheap pop, we get to see Vegito do some cool shit, he beats up Zamasu, he saves the world, whatever. And then you have a couple of filler episodes as Vegito where, oh, you got some stupid jokes. Oh, here's Bulma and Chi-Chi. Whose house do I go to at night? And he's like, oh, I got to find the Dragon Balls. You know what I mean? To unfuse. And then Chi-Chi and Bulma, you know, some stupid kind of filler jokes. I'm glad we're done with that. Or some shit like that, you know. Point is, I think the Goku Black stuff, it still stands out to me from everything that's been in Dragon Ball Super. It's the one fucking arc that I think actually had potential to be cool. And it was just so terribly done, like everything in general in it. And even on that note, you know, I know this is probably not a popular opinion, but, you know, I was listening to Dragon Ball GT music again, the theme song. And even as much as I don't care about Dragon Ball GT, that's another example of something that, like, I feel like just the story of Dragon Ball GT doesn't actually even bother me. It's just that Dragon Ball GT sucked to me because Goku is just too strong and it becomes annoying. Like, you know, when they're fighting Baby and everything like that. And then you're like, oh, Goten and Trunks are talking about fusing again. And Goku's like, no, just give me your power instead. I'm the main character. You know, and it's like, oh, God, can you know, I don't mind you being a kid. I don't mind the stories of the Dragon Balls each having a dragon. You got to fight it. But you're just dick-sucking Goku too much. Like, foundationally speaking, I guess what I'm getting at is since Dragon Ball Z, some of the stories actually don't bother me. Dragon Ball GT, I get, you know, it's not even really canon. Is it canon? I don't even know. Is anything canon anymore? You know, I don't think it even matters, right? But again, the point is Dragon Ball GT, the story of it doesn't necessarily bother me. Some of the stories in Dragon Ball Super, like Goku Black, Zamasu, fusing like that, I think is actually potentially pretty cool, just terribly executed. And you know, another thing too, and I've never seen any other nerd talk about this. Does anyone realize how nonsensical besides the fact that they talked about how the earrings don't matter? Okay, so you know, power scaling in Dragon Ball Z is so terribly done, right? Seems like every other episode, fucking towards the end of Dragon Ball Super, you have fucking Krillin is fucking training with Goku and all this kind of shit. But during the Tournament of Power arc, they fight Kefla against Ultra Instinct Goku. Why the fuck is Kefla? Why does she not automatically, her earrings automatically explode and defuse? If you're thinking about the power scaling, so many fucking episodes after Vegito, which we've already talked about that the final Kamehameha and how strong Vegito was, fucking all these episodes ago was too strong to keep this fusion together, then how the fuck is Kefla even a thing with this power scaling? Her earrings, she should have automatically, right when she fuses, she should have unfused. If she's fighting fucking Ultra Instinct Goku and all this kind of shit. Power scaling. Nothing is canon anymore. Everything is a cheap pop. Dragon Ball sucks. Give me my electricity on the final Kamehameha. If you like the videos, like, subscribe, comment, share, support the channel if you want. Appreciate it. Thanks. The end.